from all of the schools that you visited, and then when you went to NIGCOMSAT, you went to NOX, how were you able to streamline or prioritize what they need? Because I'm sure they had other needs. So how were you able to prioritize a particular need that should be at the top of the scale of preference?
Okay. So we know that each school, we have different needs, and they lack a lot of things, but we pick them out by knowing basic school needs: bathrooms, school accessories, stationaries. So we pick those out, and that's what they need. They need chairs, tables, and they need security. So we've picked all those needs, all those major needs, and we've decided to help them improve on that.
Okay, so now to you, Brian, because I know you're the chairperson of this project. What exactly is the need that you're solving for NOX or NIGCOMSAT?
Both of them have many problems that we might need to solve, including NIGCOMSAT, which they don't have complete roofings, no complete ceilings. They don't have enough stationaries. Only a few children have books and pencils. They don't have enough tables. Don't have enough chairs. Therefore, not the 100 naira a day school. We decided that maybe we could help pay some of the students' school fees who might actually need that, because not everybody can afford it.
We'll begin this conversation first taking a quote from an unknown person who once said, "I love you a little. It's like a little, but a lot." All right, I will take my next quote, and that is from John Keats, who once said, "I have so much of you in my heart." Okay, and my last one will be from Paul McCarthy, who says, "All you need is love." Very warm greetings and welcome to The Conversation. We're reaching you from KAFTAN's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Annabelle Oji. Right, today we're spotlighting Safe Hands Schools, where you have the year 6 pupils who are giving back to the society in terms of corporate social responsibility. Now, these children have gone to some schools here in Abuja to find out what these schools will need, what they are actually lacking, especially public schools. And then they decided to put hands together, put heads together to raise fund and make these things available to those schools. You know that when you go to some schools, you just find out that they don't have chairs to sit. The children don't have chairs to sit. They're not even, in fact, there's a lot of children who don't even go to school. The out of school children are getting that space is widening every day. But then if you see one child who decides or who looks at it as a challenge or as a problem and decides to fix that problem, then that's a very good reason to have this conversation. And I have like I said, I have children from Safe Hands Schools here on The Conversation today, and I will introduce my guest for today. My first guest is Brian Momo, who is the chairperson Year 6 project. Great to have you, Brian Momo. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Good morning. All right, my next guest is Samara Ekoja, who is the head girl, Safe Hands Schools. Great to have you, Samara.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, so now let's first of all, let's get straight to our conversation for today. I'll start with you, Samara.
Okay.
What is this project about? Why exactly? What's the reason for this project?
The Year 6 pupils, us, this project is just to give back to society, to show gratitude for all they've done for us, as we're about to leave primary school. So we intend to help other schools who lack necessary needs for everyday life. And this struggle is evident in the large number of approximately 10.5 million out-of-school children in Nigeria, a statistic according to UNICEF. So even if we might not be putting out of school children into school, we can start by helping a school in need and showing gratitude, giving back to the community.
Absolutely. I love the fact that you said that even if you cannot take the children out of school, children, or put them back into school, at least there's something you can do to help them, right?
Yes.
And that actually brought forth or birthed the need for this project. All right, let me go to you, Brian. What exactly is this project about?
This fundraising project, we planned on seeking donations from the community, organizing big sales, fundraising, and selling tickets for a talent show. In the overall of this, we visited 2 schools, LA-DACO and NOS, the 100 Naira a day school, which appealed to our hearts with the need to reach out to them any way we can.
Okay.
We looked at them and then thought what we could help them with, since both schools were in need and had their own problems. So we were planning on finding different ways to raise enough funds to provide them with quality natural resources that they will need to teach.
So from all the schools in Abuja, why NOX? Why LEA-DACO? Why not somewhere else? What exactly actually moved you to decide to choose this school? Because I'm sure you must have visited the schools, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the reason why you decided to choose the schools?
But we decided to choose the schools because we saw that they had evident problems, and we thought that maybe we might need to fix them out before going to and seeing if there are any more schools that we can fix their problems.
Oh, great. You wanted to say something, Samara?
Okay, so why we chose the schools, we went for a needs assessment, and we found that those 2 schools had greater needs than others that we visited. Yes.
Oh, great. All right. So now, from all of the schools that you visited, and then when you went to LEA-DACO, you went to NOX, how were you able to streamline or prioritize what they need? Because I'm sure they had other needs. So how were you able to prioritize a particular need that should be at the top of the scale of preference?
Okay. So we know that each school, we have different needs, and they lack a lot of things, but we pick them out by knowing basic school needs: bathrooms, school accessories, stationaries. So we pick those out, and that's what they need. They need chairs, tables, and they need security. So we've picked all those needs, all those major needs, and we've decided to help them improve on that.
Okay, so now to you, Brian, because I know you're the chairperson of this project. What exactly is the need that you're solving for NOX or LEA-DACO?
Both of them have many problems that we might need to solve, including LEA-DACO, which they don't have complete roofings, no complete ceilings. They don't have enough stationaries. Only a few children have books and pencils. They don't have enough tables. Don't have enough chairs. Therefore, not the 100 Naira a day school, we decided that maybe we could help pay some of the students' school fees who might actually need that, because not everybody can afford it.
So what are you doing to raise these funds? Are you going to meet your parents to give you the money to raise the funds? Or because I remember you talked about bake and sales, and then you talked about selling tickets. So put us through that process of raising the fund.
Like I said before, we planned on seeking donations from the community, and organizing bake sales, fundraising, and selling tickets for talent shows. So we've already started and gone 2 weeks or 3 weeks by with our bake sales.
Oh,
we've
great.
been asking different people if we could seek donations from the community. And for fundraising, we've been hosting campaigns in order to try and raise enough people who can support us as we try and make an impact in the lives of those less fortunate. So
these campaigns or talking to communities, how do you go about it? You just go to one community and talk to their leader or the chief of the community? How exactly do you do that? We collaborate with many different people who actually know, like we met someone who actually knew accounting that was ready to support us as we visited both LEA-DACO and us, the 100 Naira a day school. Ah, great. All right, Samara, talk to us about bake and sales. Are you baking and selling? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, talk to us about it.
So every Friday, a class, we've baked goods, and usually during closing times, when parents are coming to pick up their children, we go downstairs to sell it. So like as they're coming in, they can pay, and we like accounts, like write all this. We also count how much we've made weekly, and as they leave, some parents might not just buy as they come, but as they leave, they buy. And at that time is the best time to try to get them to buy things, because if they are rushing to work, they won't have time to stop and buy.
Right.
And if it's in the middle of the day, no one is coming in and no one is going out. So at the end of the school day on Fridays, that's the best day. And usually on Fridays from 1:30 to about 3, parents are coming in to pick up their children.
Okay. So what do you bake? Cake? What?
We have cupcakes, cookies, sausage rolls, meat pies. We also have juice.
Oh, and you make them yourselves?
Well, the school also helps us.
Oh, great. So when they finish making them, you bring them out and then the parents sell. Is there any day that, let me use the Nigerian language, there was bad market, so you were not able to sell all your wares? You had such?
Yes.
You want to tell us about it?
Yes, there were a few days that we didn't sell everything there, so we just brought some of those to the next day that we were selling, and then added some more freshly baked ones.
Oh, okay. So now, how much exactly are you looking for?
For earlier DACO, we are planning on raising around 2 million for fixing and equipping nursery classroom, which will cost 160,000 for painting, 200,000 for accessories, 250,000 for ceiling, 400,000 for flooring, and 900,000 for furniture. But for us, the 100 Naira day school, the termly cost for one child will cost 80,000. They have 3 terms in a year, so annually it will cost 240,000. We are planning to do at least one child for 6 years, which will cost 1,440,000 naira. So the total cost of both schools will be 3,440,000 naira.
So how much have you been able to raise as we speak? Have you gotten at least half of the money?
Around 500,000.
Oh, that means you still have a long way to go. So when is this project? When are you supposed? Is there a timeline to it? Yeah, Samara,
okay.
Tell us about it.
So normally, as we graduate, we should have hit our targets, and like at the end of our class, we should have raised that much money. But even if we don't raise that much money, people can continue donating to help.
Okay, so that means this project, even when you have graduated, this project is still ongoing. Is that what it means?
Yes.
Yes. So there's no particular limit when we should have raised the funds.
Oh, okay. So have you been able to talk to the masons, the carpenters, we talked about painting, all those people that you need to make this work? Because sometimes people with handwork, they can really be very disappointing. So it means you must have these people on ground before then. Do you have them on ground already?
Yes, we sent one of the people in our school. His name is Mr. Steve. He went out and met those schools and estimated the total cost for what each of those factors would cost.
I love the fact that at your age, you're being taught to have empathy, to have love, and then also give back to the society. Now tell me, I'd like you to tell us, especially those watching you now, what is the importance or the essence of love? Not just love, but having empathy and also giving back to the society. Just like you have, God has made it possible for your parents to take you to school. So, and then you now decided there are some children who don't have what you have, and then you want to help them. I'd like you to talk to people who are watching right now in the essence of love, empathy, and giving back to the society.
Well, love, empathy, and giving back to the society are three main traits that you can use to help raise a quality education community or society, and also to bring children to school so everyone will have access to education, because education is one of the main factors of what we need in life. So also these three traits are needed in everyday life because there are so many decisions you need to make, especially if it affects whole communities and societies.
Right. I'll bring the same question to you, Samara. What is the essence of these three traits? Because I also know that are you also looking at the sustainable development goal?
Yes,
because I know that
sustainable development goal.
Okay.
4, that is education.
Okay.
Education. So the essence of giving back to society and having empathy is a fundamental value in every community. We all need it because the difference between the less fortunate and us is opportunity.
Yeah.
So let's say we were in their shoes. Let's just state it like that. We're in their shoes. We'll be facing the same problems. And if no one came to help us, we will be living our lives, but we would know that something better is out there for us. Like right now, we're helping those children and they're getting better futures as we're helping them. And also giving back to the society is just a way to show our gratitude to all the people who have helped us in our lives. And yes, that's most of it.
Absolutely spot on. I just like growing goosebumps all over my body when you guys were talking about it. Tell me what is it you love about your school and you're going to miss when you graduate?
Well, my school is fantastic. My school is fantastic. I will miss our school's events, our academic events, especially maths quiz, literacy week, science fairs, all those. Great. And I would also miss the nice teachers there and the subjects and all the children there. There are lots of fun.
I can imagine. How about you, Brian?
Well, our school is one of the best schools that know how to organize events. So that's one fact that I've taken down. Another fact is the teachers and their subjects they teach, learning new things every day to help us in our everyday life decision making, teaching us about empathy, love, social and emotional learning, and much more to help us as we go further. So even if we don't have them there, they've already taught us what we need to know.
Okay, because you said they've taught you what you need to know, I'm going to put you on the spot. But before I put you on the spot, now, how are you intending to take this up aside when you leave school? That's when you graduate. Do you intend to continue in this process of giving back, of sharing love and empathy?
Yes, we plan even after leaving the school, we can still hold campaigns on trying to raise more children and bringing them back to school, because some children right now are still outside. They're visiting work at home. They don't have access to education, quality education specifically.
Right. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Brian Momo, chairperson, Year 6 project. It's been a wonderful time talking to you. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you for coming, Samara Ekoja, head girl, Safe Hand Schools. Thank you for your time with us.
Thank you.
And we do wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue this same conversation with Safe Hand School children and their coordinator. See you after this time off. Please stay. If you just joined us, this is The Conversation, reaching you from KAFTAN's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. If you just joined us, you've actually missed on a whole lot, but then you can still join on the conversation. My guest on the show today is we still have Safe Hand School Year 6 people, and today we have Abraham Danlili, who is head boy, Safe Hand Schools. Great to have you, Abraham.
Thank you for having me.
And we have Yvonne Chooks, who is the primary coordinator, Safe Hand Schools. Great to have you, ma'am. Great. All right, let's start with you, Abraham. Head boy. When I was growing up, if you're the head boy or the head girl, oh my God, it means that you are exceptionally brilliant.
Thank
How's
you,
it
ma'am.
been so far for you?
It's been a journey. Being the head boy is actually a lot of responsibility,
Right.
but I have an excellent head girl who helps me in everything I do.
Ah, so how's it been so far? How have you been able to combine school activities with home activities and then still stay at the top of your game in school?
It's a tight schedule, but I just put in my best and focus.
Oh, great. Now let's talk about the project. Tell us what exactly can you tell us why the reason for this project? Yes, we've heard Samara talk about it, and we also heard Brian talk about it. But personally, to you, why do you think that you or your set should go through or have this social responsibility program? What exactly brought forth the reason for this?
What brought forth the reason is the S6 set of my class, we want to make an impact in the society. We want to make sure that children around the world have quality education.
Okay, so do you think that you are at least taking your best foot forward now?
Yes, we can take our best foot forward, and as we grow older and as we go into secondary school, we can make an impact with this experience we have had.
All right, let's come to you, Yvonne. What is it that Safe Hand School is teaching or talking to the children about that made them decide that we have other schools who would have just passed on this and said, well, it is not my business. But it has to be something that the teachers, the coordinator, the head of school, the proprietors and all are talking to these children for them to have decided, okay, let's buy into this project.
I'll give the thumbs up to our head of school, Mrs. Oladipo. She is her vision, and apart from that, we do what we call social emotional learning as a subject in school. And what we do there is empathy, where we think outside of ourselves and look at other people, how we can help them have a better life and be happy. And this is one of the things that has inspired the project. And in as much as we are teaching these things in the classroom, we also want the children to have real life experience. And that's actually what they are having with this project.
Okay, so is it just this set, or do you have previous set? Because I remember we had this conversation last year, so it means is every year, right?
It's every year. For the past 3 years, we've been able to work with schools. We've worked with Green Hope, we've worked with LEA Zamani, and they are working with LEA Daku and NOSC, the 100 Naira a day school.
All right, so what exactly brought forth the reason for those two schools?
Before we started, we were able to equip the children with some knowledge. We had a strategic session where we invited an accountant that talked about sustainability. In as much as you want to have a project, how can you be able to sustain it? How can you be able to make it work? We also have Noreen Beja come in to talk to them about what finance is. We also looked at the economics aspect, where we looked at a book. They were able to go through a book that is called the e-book,
Super E
inflation, yes. And the class teacher took them through that book, and it was they did a thorough job. They even had to go out to look at the difference between their needs and their wants, and they're able to, these other schools also visited to say, this is what is happening with these schools and all that, because they were in their own corner and they needed to know where can, we just had support of people with the help of the head of school and all that. And this inspired them and gave them the wherewithal to know how to go about the project. So they were actually equipped and prepared for it.
Oh, great. So, Abraham, have you been able to at least raise enough fund to go forward with this, or
well, our total estimated cost is 3,440,000. As we speak now, we should have up to 500,000 from the different big sales we have been doing.
Okay. All right. Now, so even as we begin to round off, we'd like you to talk to parents watching us right now. Not just to parents, but also to children first of all, you'd talk to parents on the importance of sending their children to school, regardless of whatever is happening, at least whatever they can afford. And then we'd like you to talk to, and also when I say regardless, I also mean regardless of their gender, because you have parents who would say it's either my boy child goes to school and then the girl child stays at home. So what is the importance of sending all your children to school? That's one. Would also like you to talk to children who are watching you right now on the need to embrace love, empathy, because your colleagues recited the national anthem. And in that national anthem, you have though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. So it goes way beyond just reciting it. It means we must love regardless of our religion or our race or our gender or social economic activities. So that I don't bore you with way too many questions. Parents and children first.
Well, I want to tell all the parents that no matter your child's gender, their age, they all deserve the right to go to school. Many children around the world are out of school children. That's why we embrace this project to at least start off bringing children, whether in or out of school, and giving them a quality education.
Okay, so how about to children?
To children around the world, just know even a small impact can make a difference. We need to change the world together to bring children who are out of school into school.
Great. So we also like to see more people embrace such projects, especially old school students, alumni, CSOs, that's corporate social organizations and all. We like to see them also embrace this project and have, at least, even if they will not do all, please do one, because like your colleague said, if we cannot take all the children that are out of school into school, let's still put our best foot forward. So I'd like you to speak to the society on the need to embrace such projects too.
The need to embrace such projects is very important in our world right now. We know how Nigeria has been a tough country with inflation going up and down. So to the society and parents, please, children deserve the right to go to school and have quality education.
Absolutely spot on. Let's get your last word, everyone. Cheers.
I want to congratulate the students on what they are doing. They will do better in life if they know that they have the support from the community. Yeah.
So how are they going about apart from the big sales selling? And I hear some of them talked about reaching out to some communities. Do they have to talk to go to those communities to ask those chiefs to help them, or is there a way that you would like to tell viewers who would like to help also?
What is actually happening is that's why we are here in KAFTAN TV, to raise an awareness to the community, whoever is watching us, that this is what we are doing and we will need you to support us. We also have our parents that are helping us. We have what we call the class parents. They are working as a team with us to help us reach out to the community around us, their offices, the chiefs in their community and all that, to see how they can help also.
All right, let me get your last word, Abraham. When you leave or when you graduate from school, how do you intend to sustain this attitude of giving back, of loving? Because I know you talked about an accountant who talked about sustainability, right?
Grace Fatogbe.
Okay, go ahead.
As I leave primary school, I go with the spirit of helping others around the world, talking to everyone so I can try and make an impact on bringing out of school children into school.
All right, I hope to see that happen. Thank you so much, and we do wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right, we've been chatting with Abraham Danlili, who is head boy Safe Hands School, and Yvonne Chooks, who is primary coordinator Safe Hands School. It's been a wonderful time. I'm sure you must have been rightly educated, entertained, and informed, especially with regards to the importance, the essence of love, empathy, and giving back to the society. Would have all the year 6 people to have at least introduce themselves. We'll just have a picture with them. It would be like nice to see, right? I'll see you after this time out. Now we have the full house and they will introduce themselves. Let's start with you, the first person on my far left. Tell us your name.
My name is Jemia Nezwan.
Okay? Go ahead.
My name is Kwafan Caleb Dauda.
My name is Okorie Great David.
Alright.
My name is Jason Baba.
My name is Samara Koda.
My name is Abraham Dalili.
Go ahead.
My name is Nira Obibola.
Go ahead.
And my name is Baraka Musa Odu.
Ah, Musa. Yeah.
My name is Noah Eze Odemba.
Noel, great to meet you.
My name is Brian Enesimo.
Brian, great to meet you.
My name is Alex Elijah.
Alex, good to meet you. Alright, you already know we want you to. Okay, so let's end this by we want you all to recite the first stanza of the national anthem. Go ahead.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though giants of may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians are proud to serve as sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace and battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
If you are an adult and you don't know how to recite the new national anthem, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say to you. Isn't it absolutely amazing to have your 6th pupil being able to recite the national anthem from A to Z? But then you have some adults who cannot even recite at least even the first stanza or maybe even the first line. But then some people would say that they're still kids, so their brains are fresh, but I don't agree with that. Anyways, it's been a wonderful time talking to Safe Hands School Year 6 children, and I hope they're able to continue this gesture. And actually, because we need people like them in the world. That's enough reason. In fact, what they did today, I'm sure they're able to touch you, especially you who have never given back to the society, who have never reach out to somebody else. This is a good time to reach out. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, I'll have my next guest join us again.